Well, today is Palm Sunday. Passover began last night. There are lots of traditional meals that families enjoy during the holy holidays, and salmon is a favorite of many. But how to prepare it? Well, that's another question. We have the man to do that job, our friend Hugh Groman from Hugh Groman Catering in Berkeley. Always a pleasure. Good morning, Hugh.
Hey, Frank.
Oh,
Got some sparkling wine to start.
yeah. Put the salmon aside. Let's get right to the cocktails, right?
Well, yeah, we gotta warm up, relax. So I wanted to demonstrate a special cocktail, and then I'm going to demonstrate a delicious poached salmon dish that you can make for Passover or Easter or any celebration. Does that sound good?
That sounds great. Let's jump in.
Okay, so this is going to be a grapefruit Bellini, and all I'm doing is pouring prosecco. Half the glass will be filled with prosecco, and then half the glass will be filled with grapefruit juice, and then I'm just going to top it off, just to make it interesting, with a little bit of bitters and a maraschino cherry. And you can use, ideally we would use like a fancy cherry, but I've got the good old classic pink ones you put on an ice cream sundae, and those are delicious too. And then I might just put a little bit of the syrup in there too to make it pretty.
Wow.
See how beautiful that is? And then I'm just gonna give it a dash of bitter.
It's like a champagne Manhattan.
Yeah, exactly. It'll just
with grapefruit juice.
So cheers. And then here, I'm passing this to Ayrton, our camera person. It's delicious yet again. Okay,
all right.
Let's talk about poached salmon.
I was going to say, you got the motivation now. Let's dive in.
Yes. The corn that I've got prepared, which is a broth that I just made with onions and carrots and garlic and some fresh thyme and lemon juice and lots of salt. So I want it really lemony, and I want it salty like the sea. So think about how salty seawater tastes. And what I did is I put a couple of these salmon, these are real thin, so these are only going to take 3 or 4 minutes to cook. And I just put them in here. And through the magic of television, I happen to have already put a couple of pieces in. So these pieces, they're, and I onions with it, you can just go back and I'm going to show you delicious sauce to go with this. So many different sauces that go well with poached salmon. I like something that's going to be acidic, like with citrus flavors. Something rich also. This is on the lighter side. In the spring, the salmon is leaner, and in the winter, it's fattier. So in the spring, you can do a richer sauce with the salmon. So what this is a caramelized onion chipotle aioli with chives and lime. Okay, so I've got a half a cup of mayonnaise here and a nice little tablespoon of chipotle and fresh chives. I'll save a little bit of these for garnish at the end.
Sure.
And then a little salt and pepper. And then I had just taken about half an onion and diced it up and just caramelized it over medium-high heat for about 5 minutes. And I pour that in here too.
Ooh. Is that the after sauce, or do you baste them?
Is that?
Oh, our audio is not fabulous, but.
Is that the after sauce, or do you waste it?
Oh yeah, no, this is the after. This is the sauce you're gonna pour on the salmon.
Okay.
And then the last sauce is lime and lime juice. So I've got this great little zester tool, which I'm always talking about. And you just put some zest in there. And then, this is my other favorite tool, is my citrus squeezer. And so the poached salmon, serve it cold. You can make it the day before. You could serve it at room temperature, just kind of let it cool to room temperature for a half hour. Or you could also serve it just hot, fresh out of the pan. So it's really flexible.
Quick question.
Okay, so, yeah.
Poached salmon, is it completely cooked or is it just semi-cooked?
That's a great question. Some people like it kind of pink in the middle, or even medium rare, where it's really pink in the middle.
Like sushi.
But I like it kind of on the well side. Okay. You want to kind of get it just so it's just barely pink in the middle, and then it's going to keep cooking as the heat evens out throughout the piece of fish. So you kind of want to strike a balance. You don't want it to overcook and you don't want it to be undercooked. So let me taste this.
Delish?
You know what I'm going to say, right? It's delicious.
Of course.
Okay. So then you can just put some beautiful sauce on the salmon.
And while you're doing that, is it skinned, or can you poach it with the skin
Oh,
on?
that is such a great question. Here, why don't I pull out the other pieces and I'll show you, because they're just about ready. So one had the skin on. Because it was a piece, I didn't want to do the butchering with the butcher with the piece that was still raw, because I lose too much of the meat. It's such a thin piece, but the skin is on, and so right now it's still on, but it's super easy once it's cooked.
It
to just take
slides
the
right
skin
off, right, with a knife?
Yeah, a knife or a fork, and then you just turn it around.
Beautiful.
So that's a great question, Frank. Yeah, so shall we do a little taste?
I think you shall. We're running out of time. It's time to eat.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, it's all cooked through. You probably can't see it quite that well, but it's delicious. A little spicy.
Oh, man.
So the aioli and the caramelized onions bring sweet sauce. It's a great foil to the salmon.
Wow. Well, it looks great. And if people want that recipe and want to get in touch with you, what do they do?
I'm going to get that to you guys, and you can throw it online on the website. And then if they want to get in touch with us, we still got a salmon, dinner available at greenlegions.com. Your dinners, holiday menus. So jump on there quick and get it.
Okay. Well, I some of that cut out, but it's greenleafprovisions.com.
Yeah.
Hugh Groman, we can't wait to get you back in, because I want to taste some of those delicious treats. And cheers to you. I've got a virtual
Thank you for having me back.
All right.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Hugh, and have a great Easter.